What are some of the hardest realizations you've had to learn to accept within your life thus far? No matter what choices I would have made in life, all of them would have had difficulties, and there's no reason to dwell on what I could have done differently. Your life is your life and nobody really gives a crap about it except you. Best advice I've ever received. Only you can fix your problems because at the end of the day, nobody cares about them as much as you do, no matter how close you are. You can be a good person and do everything right and you'll still end up failing. Doing things the right way doesn't always mean you'll succeed. Or similarly from Star Trek, you can do everything right and still fail. That is not weakness. That is life. They're just not meant to be with you. It doesn't matter how strong your feelings are or how sure you are that you'll never love anyone the same, and that even though you know they have deep feelings for you, it's not a relationship that is meant to escalate to anything near where you want it to, and you love the person so much that you can't even be mad. You accept your place and support them and their decisions. Bro, when did I let you in? I did not consent to this. Some people are just buttholes. Meeting them is like getting crap on your shoe. You wipe it off and move on. Some folks are just unhappy with their lives. Best way I've ever heard that put. That one day, my grandparents and parents will pass away. My parents are in their 50s and my grandparents are in their 70s now. Although I learned to accept it, I still can't imagine life without them. This cuts me deep too. Just because your family doesn't always mean you'll be respected and or treated fairly. Sometimes family doesn't have your back. Half the time they want to control and stifle you, preferring other family members. The level of condescension and judgment can be enough to make you want to stab their throats in. That I cannot just be a casual drinker or even smoke the occasional joint to relax. I have a brain disease called addiction and I'll have to put in the work to stay sober for the rest of my life. It was a hard but necessary pill to swallow. Maybe leave the pill out of it. That coworkers are just that. Coworkers. Careful who you trust as everyone is trying to get ahead, just as you are. Sometimes it's easy to feel like good friends. Tread lightly. And bosses can never really be trusted. They might be perfectly nice people but they have fundamentally different interests and a lot more power than you do. Unionizing helps if you can do it. If not, your company is not a family. Be careful. Summer breaks and week-long holiday breaks don't exist anymore. If you're lucky, you might get weekends off. People you grow so close to suddenly disappearing from your life. The world doesn't owe you crap. Even if you got your degree at university. This one hits me the hardest. When your dog gets sick and there's nothing else you can do but to put them to sleep and end the suffering. This one is the hardest. I'm pretty likely to outlive all the people I love the most way before I'm ready to. They're all addicts to MH depending. Not sure what the frick is gonna go down in the next 10 years, but it looks pretty bleak from my angle. Seems like I'll barely be into my 30s when I lose all of them. It's easily very possible, which I've known since I was in my teens. Get out of that mess. My family was messed up. I got out. Maybe you will be their example to a better life. It's extremely hard to deal with mental illness when you're doing the stuff that you think will help. Breaking routine, becoming more isolated, dropping the stuff you enjoy, etc. It only makes things much worse. Stick to routine. Do the crap you love. Hang out with friends. Talk to someone. If you need help, it's as simple as asking for it. Just because you share DNA with someone does not make them family, and no, you do not need to keep them involved in your life. That I'll have to be present for my death. It's like Woody Allen said, it's not that I'm afraid to die, I just don't want to be there when it happens. Honestly though, I still get freaked out when I for some reason start imagining my last few hours. It's probably going to be in a hospital and I am probably gonna be all like, oh crap, here we go I guess. Didn't get to do a few things but like I hope I am old and more stupid by then. I'll be struggling with mental illness the rest of my life and I'll never be able to achieve some of the things I wanted to do. But that doesn't mean I can't have a somewhat fulfilling life. When people die, they are gone forever. I lost 2 of my grandparents last year. I still find myself thinking of things I want to talk to them about and then realizing that I can't. I'm so sorry about your grandparents. It's really hard to lose people we love, and those moments where you're like, oh, I can't wait to tell them. Oh, I can't ever tell them. It's really hard. I'm a difficult person and I need to appreciate the people who have put up with my balls and stuck around. They're good people. I'm very fortunate. Fist bump. I got fired from my dream job in my dream field. I went to school for exactly this industry and I genuinely thought I was good at what I do. Not even going to lie, it is crushing me. Like someone I loved broke up with me. My mentor, who I really looked up to and who looked out for my own interest a lot of the time, gently told me that maybe I could consider other industries. I've been trying to look for a new job but the uncertainty and doubt is killing me. I don't even know what else I'd be good at. It's taken me 9 years to build up my resume to this moment. I don't even know if I could switch tracks at this point, let alone how. That there's nothing special about me and I need to work my butt harder than I think I can handle if I want to go anywhere. We're probably overly optimistic about global warming. Chances are good as a species, we won't stop polluting quickly enough to avoid catastrophe. Accepting that I'll only be average. There's nothing wrong with being average, and more people will be average than not, but it was still hard to make peace with. I'm okay with it now. My mom always used to say that average people are the most special people in the world and that's why God made so many. Michael Scott, Wayne Gretzky. I'm not a creative person. I'm really good at replicating things that other people have done, or reverse engineering something. I'm even okay at taking things people have done and refining them down, making them better. I just don't come up with new ideas. Hey, I'm the same way. I'm relatively smart and pretty handy. I like building things, but creative I am not. Hard work doesn't always pay off, and trying your best isn't always enough. As a matter of fact, people that work less hard than your absolute best will do better and get more cause whatever reason. Getting ahead is all about who you know and becoming connected to powerful people. Hard work can get you introduced to powerful people, but it's only by their good graces that you're allowed to get any farther. 1. You can spend a lot of time worrying about things, but normally life's big moments arrive without warning when you are totally unprepared for them. 2. Related to 1. Sometimes you don't get the chance to say goodbye to the people you love before they're gone forever. Having always heard how bright I am, I realized in college I am not exceptional, but I have never learned how to study, so I'm struggling like heck. I don't think intelligence counts for much. It's about dedication and consistency. That some people stay in bad relationships instead of breaking it off and start one with you. They're comfortable just keeping up appearances, even though everyone involved is miserable. Don't wait around for this type of person. In the moment it's really hard to tell sometimes if it's just a phase or something worse. Like if there's a bad part in a relationship, some people might dip immediately, or some might try to tough it through. Some people are more patient or have a different breaking point. Realizing all this usually comes with hindsight though. Santa isn't real. Jokes aside, I think for me it's the fact that toxic people most likely won't change no matter how good you treat them. They'll take your help and efforts and then suddenly just go back to their toxic behavior. I am responsible for everything in my life, both good and bad. It's a liberating realization but also has no wiggle room. I can't blame anyone or anything else. That you're not obligated to stick around for someone just because they are going through a hard time and using those difficult times to make your life miserable. I've learned you're well within your own right to walk away from it to spare your own sanity and health. Life isn't going to just stop for me. No matter how angry or upset I am at lost time, I'm just losing the chance for new memories by dwelling on stuff. Might as well just get over it. That if you don't try to get into relationships, they don't magically happen. Side note, just cause a girl is nice doesn't mean she likes you. Found this one out the hard way. Spending too much time wallowing in your own self-pity. If you have been dealt a crappy hand and life gets you nowhere, it may get sympathy, some pity, heck, it may even get you laid a few times, but it will hold you back whilst making you focus on what has been and gone instead of what lies ahead. I spent years being sexually abused as a kid, bullied at school. I've been assaulted pretty badly on several occasions. I lost a lot of family and friends, a career and a good chunk of my senses. Literally, lots of missing teeth, one really bad eye and deafness in one ear, on top of a brutal backache headache combo that causes me daily pain. But I wasted years on a woe is me attitude, wondering what I had done to deserve it and drinking and drugging too much to justify it. Put blunt, take time to mourn and to question, but never allow it to consume you. If you do that, then you're allowing the bad aspects of life, whether situational or physical, to win. Youth is wasted on the young. I am 31 and if I could go back 20, 15, or even 10 years from now knowing what I know now, there are so many things I would do different and better. That not everything will always work out. Also, some people never get what they deserve and you can't do anything about it. Appreciating my beautiful babies' faces every single day because I'm losing my sight and one day won't be able to see them anymore. Help isn't coming. You are on your own. No matter how bad things are in life, you have to make them better. Nobody else is going to do it for you and there is no easy, magic happy ending. Are you depressed? You have to fix that. Your therapist isn't going to fix you. They are just going to give you tools to fix yourself. Are you lonely? You have to fix that. The love of your life is not going to fall into your lap. You have to become unignorably awesome. Are you sick? You have to fix that. The hospital isn't going to fix you. They are just going to give you tools to fix yourself. Are you unhealthy? You have to fix that. You are going to have to track every calorie and do every exercise. Does the world suck? You. Does your job suck? You. Your neighborhood? You. Your attitude? Your grades? Everything. It all falls on you and help isn't coming. That being a parent sucks. There, I said it. We give our lives for our kids. And I love them. But damn it, I miss my own life too. Of course, I'm imagining the years of therapy my kids will be in because of my parenting style. Still going to suck. That your good old days have already passed and you probably didn't realize it at the time. As critical as people tell you are at work and important you think you are, within weeks they won't miss you and probably won't miss a beat. Take care of yourself first. Company will always be fine. Waiting for the right time to do something pretty much ensures it won't get a chance. Do it now. Spend time with family now. They'll be gone soon. A quick call is a small thing with big impact. That your best might not be enough. Some jobs are too big or things aren't capable of being saved or helped. Make peace and do the level you are content with, but don't beat yourself up if the desired results can't be achieved. Just because you love someone doesn't mean they love you back as much or at all. Been on both sides and neither is fun feeling. Some people are leeches. They may masquerade as a friend or caring family member, but they exist to siphon happiness or money away from you. They will guilt you and mentally or physically abuse you for their gain or amusement. Stay healthy and respect your boundaries. Find things and people that you happy and recharge you. Scheduling this in your life ensures you maintain and strengthen it before life gets in the way. The adult in the room is and was always a myth. It's a creature that never existed. Adults are just the people you knew in high school, but with more responsibilities. They are just as dumb as they always were, and time largely doesn't fix it. Some people will make absolutely no effort whatsoever in understanding you. They only understand as much about you as they understand about themselves, and that boundary moves with their respective emotional and mental development. It is not my place to say other people should have certain realizations, experiences, thoughts, or feelings. I can only try to understand why they are having them as I try to understand myself. Personal judgment is the enemy of humanity. That your parents' actions can actually frick you up for life. When my mom is upset with my dad's actions, she'll end up telling me stuff like, I should have emigrated to US when I was younger instead of marrying a useless man like him. I would then ask her what about me and my sibling. All I'd get was, obviously you all would have never have been born if I didn't marry him. I'm not sure if this was ill-intentioned, but it really planted this seed in my mind that she was nonchalant about whether I even existed or not. Like I was one of her regrets since I was a byproduct of her marriage to my dad. Fricked up my sense of self-worth quite a lot, because if your parents didn't even want you that much, why would anyone else? Someone you shared years with can leave at any time without feeling much remorse or regret. It's their full right to do so. Still kinda sad. Progress isn't linear. It's easy to revert back to your old ways for a while before the changes stick. Can't be too kind to people too often or they'll take it for granted. There has to be a balance. Maybe not all people, but that's how it works with many people I know. Feeling that you have no purpose in life is enough to move forward. Keep living so that you can find something worth living for. This is what I've learned the past 6 months. My grandmother's greatest piece of advice: never trust anyone who says trust me. I know, or believe anyone who says believe me. I know. They can't know for you. You don't choose who you fall in love with. Man have fallen for buttholes knowing full well they were buttholes. You are who you surround yourself with, and although you might love the people around you, sometimes they are negatively impacting your life. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.